Hi everyone, good morning. Hari here, trainer for this course. Let us wait for another 2 or 3 minutes so that everyone joins the session. Meantime, if you guys can share your some of the details, your name, email ID to contact, and phone number. Reply only to me. Don't reply to everyone. If you have already part of our site of sorry guys, if you're already part of our course, then just mention that existing student like that. So I would expect some details from all of you like this: your name, email ID, and phone number. And how did you come to know about the course or the demo? And there are 3 minutes. This is just a demo. Don't think like attending the demo is mandatory to attend the course. It is optional. Okay. So the main idea of this demo is to make you understand the overall what exactly the cyber security is and whether it is relevant to you or not. Is it difficult or easy? What are the things you have to learn to be part of cyber security? What is the prerequisite? What kind of tools we are going to use? So all these things will be discussed here. That's the purpose of the demo. Spend 1 or 2 minutes to provide your details, your name, email ID, contact number. Okay, last 1 more minute. Welcome to the demo of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. Let us get started. Meantime, you guys can send your details about your name, email ID, and phone number. So, what is that we are going to discuss in the next 1 hour? So on a high level, so this is what we are going to cover: introduction and overview of the training, course details, and some of the highlights. Along with that, we'll have a small quiz. It will not be very tough. I'm sure, like most of you would have some kind of idea about hacking, right? Either through movies or some kind of stories you would have seen, or some kind of serials, right? So definitely, you guys have some idea on what is hacking and whether, as a like a normal person, what kind of activities are encouraged, what kind of activities are denied. So all those things we'll discuss as part of the pitch. Okay. Yeah. Next thing, what is meant by asset, what is meant by target, what are the different types of hackers, and how to hack. So these things we try to cover partially. Just try to understand what is meant by IT ecosystem and what do you need to learn if you want to become a hacker. Is it tough or easy? and how much time it is going to take. All those things we'll discuss as part of this cybersecurity basics. Then security breaches, bug bounty, and live demo. I'll give a brief overview of this and live practicals. Few things we'll cover, but not completely. Okay. And at last, question and answers. So before we get started, does anyone has any questions or any kind of expectations out of this demo? If you guys have any questions, already if you have any questions on the training or cyber security, just message me in the chat window. Either we can discuss now or during the question and answer session, we'll discuss. Any questions, any specific questions you attended the demo or you want to discuss after the training from me? So no questions from anyone. Then I'll start some of the questions through quiz. Fine. Feel free to ask any questions. So this is just a demo session. Will not be including any practicals, not many practicals. Yeah. So this is how we are going to start. It is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. So basic introduction about me and some of the common questions from cybersecurity aspirants. Basically, like I know, like whenever someone try to get some details, uh, cybersecurity, some questions are very common and more oftenly asked by the people. So those things we are going to cover. Along with that, if you have any more questions apart from this, we'll discuss that. The reason why I am starting this question and some of the common questions in the beginning is what would have had some kind of queries like this. So we try to finish those things in the initial phase. Okay. Then we'll get into the cybersecurity basics and a small quiz. After that, one or two demos. Those people who are interested to attend the demo, you guys can be on the platform, Zoom platform, or if you guys want to leave, you can leave at 12 o'clock after the Q&A. Demos, we try to do it for 30 minutes like that. It is optional, I can say. Okay, let us get started then. I see some questions, 2 or 3 questions from the people. We are new to the software, so is it possible for us to understand this technology or not? From Anil. Yes, it is very easy to understand. There is a no prerequisite, which means it doesn't matter whether you have covered computer science concepts in your graduation or not, or if you are already working, if you are from some different domain, that is not at all a concern. We are going to cover each and every concept that are required for cybersecurity. Basics, computer networks, web technologies, operating systems. So all those basics we are going to cover as part of the complete course. But however, the demo we give some basic details. Do we need to learn any programming language? Security? No, not required. From the job perspective, there is no need to learn any programming. If you are trying for bug bounty hunting, good to have some basic knowledge of the programming. Then one more question from Ankita. Can BBA student can go through this course? What is the full form of BBA? Is it science related or something on the computers? Commerce. So there is no restriction like okay, commerce students should not get into ethical hacking. I see a lot of profiles. They would have done their medicine or they would have worked in the defense for 5 years, 10 years. Again, they come back to the cyber security. So commerce students also can get enrolled and you guys can try for the jobs. Okay, let us continue. Just to give some introduction, trainer. So I'll be the trainer for the demo and also for the course that is going to start from July 8th. I have overall 14 plus years experience in cybersecurity and ethical hacking. These are some of the certifications that are recognized worldwide, which I have completed so far. So some are related to the completely technical related certifications about hacking. Some are related to the management related, like if I'm a manager or architect. So CISSP is the one which is a very good certification. If you are having at least 5 years of experience, and if you want to become an architect or a manager or a director, this certification is mandatory. I can say like across the globe, there are 1,30,000 people are there who are qualified in SSP, but there is a requirement for 40 lakh candidates. You can see the scope of ethical hacking from the job perspective. Okay, yeah. I see one more question from Anil. Good demand for this as well as do we have many opportunities? There are lot of opportunities from the job perspective. We'll discuss that job soon, maybe in another 10-15 minutes. I hope all of you have shared your details who are attending the demo, like your name, email ID, and phone number, and how did you come to know about the demo or the training. If not, please share these details. Okay, let us go through the common questions. So we'll walk through these questions. I'll walk through these questions, then later, apart from this, in case if you have any other specific questions, we can discuss. Can I get the job through this course? Yes, of course. I can say like, if you are thorough with the course, any person can get the job within 2 months after this course. Uh, and there is no need to refer any other training material or any certification. Just with our course, you'll be able to land up in job. And even the prerequisite, as I said, we are going to cover all the basics from this course. If you guys get chance to go through our Google reviews, you can see those reviews. Most of the candidates are from non-IT, or they would have finished their graduation and gone through the course and got the job. Okay, that you can check in the Google reviews when you guys have time. Give me a second. Type google.com. So you guys refer this Google reviews at some point of time, or I'll show at the end of the training. Now let us walk through these questions. Does the course requires any prerequisite? This is already covered. There is no prerequisite. If you can just attend the training with a laptop, will make you ready to become an ethical hacker. Can anyone from non-IT background learn this course? Yes, of course. Either from any kind of non-IT, electronics, electrical, mechanical, civil, or even any kind of statistics. You guys can learn the course and get into the cybersecurity. This is one of the best way to get into the software industry. Does cybersecurity or ethical hacking needs programming or coding as compulsory? It is not compulsory. It doesn't mean that there is no need of programming. There is one job role that is based out of programming. Other job roles, there is no need of programming. So let me give you some kind of basic idea there. So in case if you know some of the job roles related to software industry, you guys can message me in the chat window. What are the different software job roles are you guys aware of? I know like some person who are working as a Java developers. On Java, we call it Java developer, right? If you have learned some course on .NET, you become .NET developer. Am I correct? Assume like you are preparing for database related Oracle. Then you will be working as a Oracle developer or Oracle tester, something like that. So can you get some job roles apart from this from anyone? There are a lot of job roles are there. I'm just listing some of you, some of the. What are the other job roles? Are you aware? There are a lot of job roles. Job roles. Say for example, software tester, security tester, front-end development, back-end development, then IT security engineer, asset management, tech support jobs, support engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, AWS cloud architect, development architect, security tester. There are different job roles are there. But as part of cyber security or ethical hacking, let me list down some of the job roles for your reference. If you're, I list like whether that is required programming or not. For example, web application engineer, we call like web application security tester or security engineer. So in this, you can work on the website as a security engineer, that is called dashed, or you can work on the source code for the same application, that is called SAST. Okay. So there are two job roles under web security, and there is one more job role called API security engineer. Then if you're going to work on network related hacking, we call it like network security engineer. If you're going to work on mobile, then we call it mobile security engineer. So out of these four, this one, there is no need of programming. Under web security, there are two categories will come up. Web security engineer, either you can work on the dashed or you can work on the SAST. SAST, you need the programming knowledge. There is no need to write the code, but you have to understand the code. API security engineer, no need of programming. Network security engineer, again, no need of programming. Mobile security engineer, no programming. Along with that, there are some more job roles are there. Risk and compliance engineer, then SOC analyst, endpoint management. Apart from that, what then there are some job roles that are based on the DevOps. You need to have some basic knowledge about DevOps. Then along with entire this cyber security concepts. R&C, risk and compliance, or risk governance we say. Then this one, SOC analyst, endpoint management, and DevSecOps engineer. So why do we require programming? This is the only area where only job role that requires programming. Even here also that is not so tough. Basically, just need to know the workflow, that's it. Okay. So if you don't want to get into programming, apart from SAST, you can get into any of these areas. So as part of cybersecurity and ethical hacking, we'll cover everything except SOC. The reason is SOC is about 2 or 3 tools. To understand those 2 or 3 tools, it requires at least 5 weeks or 6 weeks. So this is given training as part of a different batch or a different course. So except SOC, we are going to cover everything as part of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. You guys can try for any of these job opportunities after the course. Yes, one more job role I have missed. Penetration tester, they say, vulnerability assessment and penetration. This also doesn't require any programming. There are few tools. So each and every area, there are a lot of tools are there. So once you get a job, you are going to work in only one area, not all of these areas, but as part of the course, you are going to learn everything. I don't want to get into the tools in each and every area. For example, web application security tester, you need to go learn 2 or 3 tools there. API security, and there are two tools. Network security, there are 3 to 4 tools are there. something like Nmap, Metasploit, Kali Linux. Mobile, again, like one platform, we are going to learn properly how to do mobile security testing, mobile hacking, and we are going to cover all the tools, reverse engineering process, risk and complaints. Basically, risk and complaints is nothing different. You just need to have complete knowledge about web security, network security, API, and mobile. That's it. So simple. And there is some more job roles are there within internally R&C, like complaints engineer, GDPR, ISO 27001. You can, there are lot of subcategories are there. I didn't list those things. SOC again. So ELK, Splunk, QRadar, Alien Vault, McAfee. These are some of the tools. If you can learn one tool, that is enough. This will be part of a different course, not our ethical hacking course. Endpoint management, again, you need to learn one or two tools along with web and network. DevSecOps, one or two tools along with web and network. That's it. So simple. Penetration testing, again, like penetration testing is more about hacking. Like you can consider it like in-depth hacking skills we are going to cover as part of our course. Remember, in our entire course, 40% it will be theoretical and another 60% it will be practical. Okay, complete labs we are going to practice. Let us get into the Q&A. Is this only theoretical or practical labs? That's what I said. It includes both theory and labs. Does the course covers remediation techniques? So when we are not real hackers, okay? Though we know everything, we don't hack we don't hack any of the private websites or government websites. We are going to help them. Understand? Now, next question. Who all are eligible to take up this course? As I said, any college passed outs, or if you want to shift from manual testing to VAPT or network security or web security engineer, you can do that. Big data engineer to web security, DevOps to security, any kind of transition, you can do it from non-IT to IT. What is the duration of the complete course? In case if you are coming for the complete course, the duration will be 60 to 70 hours. It is for 2 months. The course is starting from July 8th. That is coming Thursday, morning 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Do you provide any certifications like CEH after the course? We provide our own HackerBook Certified Security Engineer certification. Do we get any reference material for the course? Yes, of course. We are going to provide you all the live recording of the entire training. You can download and keep it forever. So even if you have missed some sessions, you can refer that video and revise it. Along with the live training, we provide even the offline support. For example, you are trying to practice some of the labs. You get stuck in somewhere like you are not able to get the result. So you can call up some of our support people, 2 or 3 members are there. They will explain one more time. They will help you what is the problem in your system or so on so, either from or even from the jobs perspective. So these are the common questions. Do you guys have any other questions apart from the things which I have covered? Let me see some of the comments. How long we can sustain in this job? You can sustain up to 70 years or 80 years. After that also you can sustain, but I don't think anyone are interested to work after 70 years. So there is nothing like 60, just like in government jobs. Here we have the job roles up to 30 years of experience, even 35, 40 years. Your flow will be like, go back to this. In fact, for a person who wants to become like a manager, you should have experience in either 2 or 3 domains, whatever I have mentioned. For example, you join in some company as a web security engineer, you work for 2 years. In work again, you work for another 2 years. Risk and compliance 1 more year. Like that, at least 2 or 3 domains you should have the experience. So once you have 8 plus of experience, you can become a security lead. Security lead, you can become. You start with associate security engineer. then become a senior software engineer, then senior software engineer or senior security engineer, then become manager. After manager, you can think of any of this, like project manager or architect. But after that, you can become like a director. Then the final will be CISO, means head of organization. Not from the business perspective, but from the IT security perspective. For any kind of device you are getting into software company employees, computers, its policies, everything is managed through CISO. Okay, this will be a typical career path for any kind of cyber security engineer. I can say like this requires minimum 15 plus years of experience. Minimum, I'm saying. So at least again 3 to 5 certifications of very critical ones, globally recognized 3 to 5 certifications. For a manager, 1 or 2 certifications. But to get started, there is no need to have any kind of certifications if you want to begin your career into cyber security. Okay, any more questions from anyone? We'll see like what are the things we are going to learn as part of cyber security. Apart from this, does you guys have any questions? No questions. Okay, just another 2 minutes. We'll revise for the course highlights. No prerequisite. Complete hands-on trainings with the labs. Okay, then quiz for every theoretical concept. You are going to have a quiz. Assume like 1 or 2 days you learned some very important concept, just to see how good you guys are understood and how you guys are performing. We'll have a small quiz for 8 questions, 10 questions, 12 like that. Then recorded videos and toolkit shared with everyone. Comprehensive course which will fit for multiple job roles. What does it mean? As I discussed, if you are learning Java, you can try only as a Java developer. If you are learning .NET, you are going to search job as a just a .NET developer. Cybersecurity is the only space where you can try for a lot of job opportunities. Okay, there's a reason within 2 months you are eligible for 7 to 8 job roles. Next thing, job assistance while job search will help you to put your profile, how to prepare your profile, how to communicate in the interviews. All those things we are going to help you. Okay. Support after getting job. Assume like you got a job and you got stuck with some kind of issue. Will try to help you to the extent as much as possible. 400 plus interview questions. Nowhere this kind of thing will be there. After the course, we are going to provide you 400 plus interview questions along with the answers. So if you are preparing this 400 plus, definitely you guys can crack the any kind of job from fresher to 6 years of experience. Resume preparation with real-time projects. Yes, of course. Mock interviews. If you guys need it, we will do mock interviews. Not mandatory for everyone. Bug bounty training. So there is one more program called bug bounty training. After your course, we are going to have some additional classes to prepare you for the bug bounty. What are these bug bounty? So there are two tracks in cybersecurity. Either you work for a software company or you don't want to work for any software company, which means there are some companies where they publish this bug bounty. There will be a list of websites. You can choose any of the website and try to find some security defects. You will get the money. You will be rewarded. That is also one of the thing. And we are going to teach you even Java as part of this course and DevSecOps. So these are the course highlights. Let us start with some small quiz. Are you guys ready for a quiz? Maybe like 5 minutes. Very simple questions. I'm sure like most of you would have watched a lot of movies. Is there anyone who watched not even a single movie that is related to hacking? I'm saying like that involved some kind of hacking. Like villain will be there. He tries to hack some money from all the banking users. Again, like hero will come. He will hack his system or servers. Again, he gets back the money. This kind of movies will be there, right? So, is there anyone who didn't watch any kind of movies that are related to hacking? Shall we do a small quiz in case if you guys are interested? Say yes if you are interested. It hardly takes 5 minutes, maybe like 5 questions. That's it. I need at least 10 yes. It will be interesting. Don't think like it will be like a exam. We are going to cover some concepts there as well. Okay, I see at least 12 plus yes. Let us do a small quiz, very interesting one. So this kind of quizzes will be there even in the courses. When you are going through the actual course, you'll have a similar quiz. Reply your answer. You can reply to all. Don't reply only to me when you try to answer the questions. Clear? Only 8 questions. Let us see how many of you are able to answer perfectly. This is based on your understanding of cyber security. Okay, there is no need to learn any tools, but as a normal person, you should have some basic idea. Let us see how much you guys have some understanding. First question: what is the category of a malware zombie zombies fall into? You would have seen some kind of malwares, right? Malware means malicious software. So Trojans, adware, spyware, virus. So which one will work based on the behavior of zombie? I'm sure most of you would have watched movies related to zombies, right? So is Trojan similar to zombie or adware, spyware, virus? Which one? What is the answer? Don't worry if you are answering it incorrectly. The reason is you guys don't have any idea about cyber security and ethical hacking. Just with movie knowledge or some kind of outside knowledge, you are answering these questions. Let us see like how you guys can interpret. So best example of Trojan is there is a movie called Troy. Okay, there this concept will be seen. Something you feel like okay, it is good, there is no harm with this software or there is no harm with this person. You try to allow that person into home or you try to allow that software into your computer. After that specific file comes into your system, what will happen? It will destroy your system or it will collect some sensitive data. So zombies is something behavior is one system is affected or one file is affected and this is going to affect another file, the two files, these two files will affect another four files. Even corona also similar, right? One will become two, two is going to affect another four. All these seven again it affects some person. So what kind of behavior it is? Trojans or adware or spyware or virus? So Trojan means basically you think a safe file, but it is not a safe file. So that is not the correct answer. Adware. You try to see some of the websites. Uh, so repeatedly you'll get some kind of ads. So zombies is not of that category. Spyware is something, it is running your system, steal some data and send to hacker. So it will not spread from one file to other file or one process to other processes or person to person. What is the correct answer? Virus. So malware of category zombies will be similar to virus. So assume like in your system or computer, one file got affected with virus. That virus again it is going to spread for few more files, few more programs. So the correct answer is virus. Next question. Information is a subset of data. Is it true or false? You would have seen a lot of times, you should have heard some people say data, some people say information. What is the difference? As a normal person, there is no need to have this kind of knowledge. But as a software engineer, if you are working for software company, you should know at least what is meant by data and what is meant by information. I need some information, they say, right? 5 seconds to answer this question, very easy one. So is it correct or not? When I say data, it is basically raw data. It is inclusive of everything. There will be some junk data which cannot be understood by anyone. there will be some kind of meaningful information or meaningful data. So information is something which has some meaning. Data means inclusive of everything, meaningful data and non-meaningful data, everything included. We call it. So the correct answer is true. Information is subset of data. So this is the one of the interesting question. I am assuming like at least 50% should be able to answer. Identify one or more hacking activities from the below list. So I have listed 4 scenarios. Okay. Read out these scenarios one after another one and then see that the activity belongs to hacking or normal activity. Is there anyone who wants to read out this? It can be one or more or all. You just need to mention like which will come under hacking activity, which doesn't come under hacking activity. I need the answer for only hacking activities. You want me to read out these things? End user trying to check open vacancies of jobs related to Java in career portal of a company. Looks like one job seeker who wants a job in Java. This guy has opened one of the website and he is looking for the opportunities in Java programming. Is this hacking activity or not? That is the option A. Second option, end user appended the URL of a website with some additional script. So there is a URL something like facebook.com or hackerbook.in. After that, he had put some slash and he has kept some script. We don't know what script he has kept, but it is listing all the credit card details along with the PIN. So this activity is related to hacking or not? Option C again. End users subscribe for all the daily updates in a company website to get the all the news to his email ID. So basically, he has subscribed for some of the important updates from a software company. The last one, end user bypassed login and able to access admin page of the website. So 1 minute to answer, another 1 minute. Which all this comes under hacking activities? I see some answers as B. Some people said D. Some people said B and D. Some people said all. It can be one or more. So without having any hacking knowledge, you guys are able to answer these questions, which means already you know some kind of hacking. Okay. And there are 10 seconds in case if you want to answer this question. First one, job portal. Companies allow students or job seekers to view their jobs in their website, right? That is not a hacking activity. Option A. Okay. Second one, intentionally some person or a hacker, he is putting a script to get the credit card details. So B is one of the correct answer. Option C again. So you see a lot of websites. There will be an option to subscribe, which means that they'll try to send some of the offers, new updates, or some news about their company, right? So option C is also not the correct answer. The last one, end user bypass login. Bypassing means somehow he has got the credentials or he has kept some kind of scripts to log into some other account. Basically, he is trying to log into admin account. Some trying to log in to admin account. So the correct answer, one or more hacking activities are option B and option D. Okay, let us move on. Another 5 minutes of this session. I mean to say this Q&A. Then later we will move on to the requirements of ethical hacking. Identify ethical hacker from the list. There are some different kind of names given. Which one do you think ethical hacker among all these job roles? Cyber criminals, hackers, security audit engineer, state sponsored hacker. assume like you are taking training from our institute. After taking training, we expect you to work for a software company. We don't expect you to go and hack some banking websites and gain money, right? So if you are getting into some software company, they will give you some role. Which role they give? They give cyber criminal? I don't think anyone says yes for A. Okay. So the correct answer is, I can say A is not the correct answer. If you are just mentioning hacker, it is real hacker. Even option B is not correct answer. Option C, security audit engineer, yes, that is the correct job role of ethical hacker. The last one, state sponsored hacker, it is basically like some kind of internal agents. You don't see them as a identified ethical hacker role, but government will hide their identity, though they are contributing for the government. So D, we can say like yes. If you say yes, you have to justify, or you can ignore that. State sponsored hacker. Option C is the correct. D, it is optional. Okay, this is a very, very important question from your theoretical knowledge perspective. Read out this paragraph and see like what are the correct answer. Okay. Anyone wants to read this question? Who wants to take, who wants to volunteer to read this specific question? Anyone? Unmute and speak up.
Yes, sir, myself.
Anil, go ahead.
So, example, employee of a software company who is working under accounts. Finance is still able to access internal websites of a company, has permissions to view, edit salary details of the employees. Who is accountable for this kind of incident within the company? A, software developer. B, software tester. C, HR team. D, IT asset management team. And E, C&D.
Okay, thank you, Anil. So basically, ex-employee means someone who has resigned from the company. Assume like that person is working under accounts and finance, who deals with the salary details of the employees. This guy has resigned around 2 months or 3 months back, but still he is able to access the websites related to salaries. He can modify the salary details, all those things. So if he is able to do these kind of things, who is accountable? Accountable means who should have taken responsibility for these kind of incidents within the company. Is it a software programmer or a software tester or HR team or IT asset management team or C&D? Which is the correct answer? There is a website. The duty of the software developer is he develops the website as per the requirement. That's it. Tester means he tests the software. It can be a mobile app or it can be a website. Based on the requirements, they do their job, right? There will be option, assume like there is a policy like termination, not termination. We can say like relieving policy or resignation policy. The moment the user or the employee resigns, they have to deactivate their account in all the applications, and it has to be in that state for 2 weeks or 1 month. After that, completely they have to delete. If it is not happening, either there is no such policy from the HR team, or even if there is a policy, IT team who has to disable that, they didn't do it. So that could have happened. Understood? So the correct answer is C and D. So the option E is correct, or if you have mentioned separately C or D, that is also correct. Okay, and there are three questions. Option E, okay, fine. Identify two statement from the list. You guys can read this and then answer. You are learning software or ethical hacking. Is it to earn money through hacking, or is it to protect assets of private firms and government? Which are the or both? Which are the two statements, A or B or both? Siri Mallam, why don't you use mic and then give the explanation in case if you don't have any issues. Whoever are saying both, I need the explanation.
Hello, sir. This is Siri Mallam speaking.
Yes, Siri. Yeah. Why do you think option A is correct? Why do you think?
Yeah, I
B
think
is correct?
this.
Go ahead, Siri.
Yeah, I think it is. It can provide me money, and I can protect the assets of organizations too.
Okay. Yeah, option B is correct. It is true. We have to protect the company assets, but we cannot hack any company's websites or government websites. Basically, like we are learning hacking to protect the companies, software companies. That's it. Software companies will pay us salary. We are not going to hack any websites. Okay, so option A is false. We learn all the hacking tools, but we are not going to use it for hacking purpose. Okay, next one. Identify factors to confirm security breach. When do you say that there is a hacking or there is a security breach or intrusion? Read out these options and answer. Very, very important question. So this question will be formed as a base for cybersecurity ethics, I can say. When do you say hacking has happened? This question is framed out of 3 principles of cybersecurity. It's very good to see that all of you are able to give the correct answer. Does anyone know what are the 3 factors of information security? Based on that, I have designed this question. Hacking doesn't mean like we are gaining control to some system or we are able to read. Basically, if you are reading some unauthorized data, that can be considered as hacking. Or if you are modifying some data, that also can be considered as hacking. If you are deleting some data, unauthorized deletion, that is also hacking. Or if you are going to destroy some servers so that those servers or websites completely come down, okay, that is also considered as hacking activity. So all these activities are based on 3 principles of information security. Those principles are called CIA: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So entire cybersecurity runs based on these 3 principles. Just remember that: CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now you guys know, right, what exactly are these CIA? So the first one, option A, is related to confidentiality. There should not be any unauthorized access. Integrity means there should not be any unauthorized modification or deletion. Availability means ensure that your system or websites are available to the legitimate users. The correct answer is E, 100 out of 100. All of you have answered it correctly. Last question: which of the following are prone to hacking? Means it can be one or more: computers, websites, cameras connected over internet, or industrial plants with all the controls managed through sensors and a mobile app. Which can be hacked out of these 4? So the correct answer is yes. Anything can be hacked. It has to be connected to internet. That's it. Okay. Even any Jeep. Nowadays you see, right? Some of the Jeeps, I mean to say like cars. Cars are Jeeps, which are upgraded to so that those can be managed through some kind of software. So even those software can be hijacked or it can be hacked, and we can control that cars or Jeeps. That also can happen. You can hack cameras. You can hack websites. Yes, go on mute. Okay, we are done with the quiz. It is very good to see that 90% of the correct answers from all of you. If you're able to score minimum 5, that will be really good. Without having any cybersecurity knowledge, you guys are able to answer all these questions. In fact, these questions are like CH, certified ethical hacking questions. Without any training, you guys are able to clear. That is really good. Okay, let us see now what are the things that are required for you to become an ethical hacker. Okay, that is very important. Let us go through that. We have learned data versus information, ethical hacker, objectives of ethical hacker. Remember, we will be part of blue team, which means like we are not going to affect software companies. We are going to help them. Let us see what is the difference between real hacker and ethical hacker. Real hackers are the one who wants to gain money by hacking some servers or websites. The target for both ethical hackers or real hackers are same. It can be a website or it can be a servers, mobiles, network, apps, or Internet of Things devices. So how do we hack some computer or a website or a mobile app? We look for the loopholes. Those are called vulnerabilities. So the entire course is to learn different kinds of vulnerabilities. So based on the loopholes, we try to gain access. Then what are the tools we are going to use? Either real hacker or ethical hacker, both will be using same tools. I have listed some of the tools names, but there are a lot of tools. Each and every tool is very easy to understand. Within 10-15 minutes, you can learn one tool. As part of entire our course, we are going to teach you around 15 plus tools. When you get into a job, the job will be based on 2 or 3 tools, but not beyond that. Okay, this is how what is the difference between real hacker and ethical hacker, and what is the duty of real hacker and ethical hacker. Real hacker's intention is to gain money, to steal, modify, break, extortion, national security features. And sometimes some of the hackers will be there. They don't want money like that. They don't want to help any organization. It is just their passion. Okay, hack, hack, hack. That's it. Morning to evening, they'll be trying to hack each and every website, each and every server, computer, or some industrial plants. Even they don't know why they are hacking. They get some kind of satisfaction, I guess. So, okay, that kind of people also you see more oftenly. So ethical hackers are we, software professionals. We are paid because we are protecting their assets, we are protecting their networks, and we are defending our national security, and we are building the trust and confidence from our customers. That is the objective of ethical hacker. Understand? Remember, real hacking is illegal and not safe. Ethical hacking, it is very cool job. Anyone can learn hacking, but only thing is don't misuse hacking skills. Just like karate. You learn karate just for defensive purpose, not to go and fight with each and everyone who doesn't know karate, right? This is also same thing. Okay, now, so how do I become an ethical hacker? What skills are required? If you want to become hacker, first you need to learn basics of OS, that is Windows and Linux. And we are going to teach each and everything, all the basics that are required for you to become ethical hacker. And you need to learn about computer networks like OSI layer, TCP IP layer, different kinds of ports, protocols, all those things we are going to cover. Web technologies. You need to understand how does this HTML is built, CSS and basic JavaScript. Very simple. So I can say like and every basics will take around 2 to 3 sessions as part of the complete course. Or if you want to learn independently also, these are the basics which you guys should be clear with. Then we will get into the cybersecurity basic concepts like what is meant by vulnerability, asset, risk, what tools, what is the purpose of each and every tool, all those basics we are going to learn. Once you're clear with these basics, then only we will get into the actual hacking concepts. So you can hack a website, you can hack a server, you can hack a network or a switch or a router, or you can hack Wi-Fi router, wireless router, or you can hack an Android devices. All these things you can do if you know all these basics. Once you finish this, either you can get into a job based on these concepts, or you can try for bug bounty hunting, as I said. Then freelancer, even if you don't want to contribute for bug bounty, you can work independently by taking some applications, get a deal from a company. I'll do the security testing for your websites. Pay me this much. Like that, you can do even freelancing. So Java programming is optional. Just for your advantage, we are going to train you to take advantage of the jobs in the current market. We teach you Java programming and DevSecOps. So these are the required skills and the job opportunities which I have already covered. So these are the job opportunities based on the concepts of this cybersecurity. SOC, network security, pen tester, endpoint management, asset management, internal and external IP scanning, and penetration testing, and some for audits related things also. They consider security engineers. The last one is bug bounty. So again, these are the basics that are required. So how does the IT ecosystem looks? As you know, like any website can be hacked. Okay, so hackers are like nothing but they are also one of the users. Do you guys agree? They users, but the intentions will be wrong. So out of thousands of users for any website, hackers can exist, and their intention is to gain access to the target. As you know, any company have their own websites and they do business with with their websites, and the different kinds of areas where these IT is involved. You can see like there is nothing that can exist without software. Do you guys agree? WhatsApp, Facebook, ticket booking, insurance or networking, news channels, insurance channels, pharmacy, deliver food to your doorstep, deliver pharmacies or medicines to your doorstep. So all these things are happening because of the software. Wherever software is there, cybersecurity engineer will be there. Okay, they will fight with the real hackers to protect their IT assets. So that's how, if you consider any IT organization, right? If they are doing business good, assume like their product is based on the Java. Okay, in case if their business is not good, they try to do some layoffs, and there will be a job cut for Java developers or Java testers. How about their IT infrastructure? They have to protect their IT infrastructure, as and then the company. We work on the protection of their IT assets. That is the reason cybersecurity engineers has got more demand in the software companies or information technologies. Okay, bug bounty you can try for any companies as I show it here. This is how the real hacking happens. This, so the typical IT infrastructure looks like this. On the right hand side, you can see the website abcbank.com and its connected web server, app server, database server. It will have some security controls like files, IDS, and some workstations, means employee computers. On the left hand side, normal users, along with that even ethical hackers will be there. This is on the high level, but however, like I'm sure like you will not be able to understand most of the concepts. But what is the role of a cybersecurity engineer? What are the things you have to learn to become a cybersecurity engineer? We have covered in this demo. You can see the list of loopholes or vulnerabilities which you have to learn as a security engineer. In our entire course, complete course, we are going to cover these concepts like SQL injection, blind SQL injection, process script reflected, file uploads. Each and every practical takes at least 1 day. So we are going to cover in 35 days all these practical labs. Or if you want to learn individually, you can learn. We don't have, it will work out. Only thing is like time is the only constraint. There are a lot of companies are there which has gone through some security breaches in each and every area. Not only like web, it can be network, or it can be mobile, or it can be cloud. Okay, live demo. I may show you for only one vulnerability SQL injection. Before that, any questions, anyone? Any questions? Okay, I'm giving permissions for you guys to unmute and speak. In case if you have any questions apart from whatever I have covered,
Sir,
feel free
bug
to ask
bounty
me.
means web application testing or otherwise some other topics, sir.
Sorry for the
Okay.
disturbance, sir.
Yes.
I have some multiple problems. Actually, Chandra give your number.
Okay.
Maybe I think tomorrow also same time you can start the class.
The classes will start from Thursday, July 8th,
Okay,
7 to 9. These are the class timings.
okay. Maybe after 1 hour I will call you. I have some multiple doubts.
Okay, fine. Not a problem. You guys can call me anytime.
Okay.
Fine, Shanmuka.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, bug bounty means web application testing, sir.
So bug bounty means not only web, it can be mobile app as well, but mostly 80% will be web applications. There will be thousands of websites. So bug bounty, the way how it works is there will be some company in between ethical hackers and software companies. Okay. Say for example, there are around in the company, I mean to say in the real world, there are a lot of security engineers. You can consider like 1,000 plus. Anyone can try for bug bounty hunting, and there will be some intermediate company, something like HackerOne. You have to register in that website, HackerOne. They will show you like around 1,000 plus websites, 1,000 plus websites, some mobile applications. You just need to try finding the security defects in that websites, and then you can report directly to that website. I mean to say that application owner. If it is a valid 1,000 plus websites, right? Okay. If it is a valid one, you will get a reward from $50. Minimum will be $50 and it will go for till $30K. And you need some expertise on that. So to become a bug bounty hunter, I can say like finish our course where we cover all the basics and some of the vulnerabilities which can be found even in the bug bounty hunting. Along with that, then another additional 2 months of some R&D research on existing bugs or defects that are found in bug bounty, and practice CTF. CTF means catch the flag. You need to have that kind of aptitude to find the defects. So as and then you practice this CTF, maybe like 2 months of course, another 2 months CTF, you can find these defects in the bug bounty. This is how it is going to work.
Sir, they will provide placement assistance or placement guarantee, sir.
I can say like placement guarantee we provide. One of the reason why I say with so much confidence is there are a lot of opportunities for cybersecurity engineers. Only thing is we don't have the enough skills in the outside market who can fulfill that jobs. So we provide the guarantee. Okay, at least 5 interviews we will arrange for you to get the job. I mean, you have to be prepared with the course. We'll try to arrange 5 interviews. If you're not getting 5 interviews within a month, we can refund the amount, training amount. Yeah. Any questions from anyone else?
Sir, previously you showed the topics, sir. Those topics you will explain, sir.
Manoj, can you come again?
Previous slide you have shown some topics like the SQL injection, cross-site scripting.
Yes.
Those topics we will explain, sir. Everyone in previous slide.
Is it you are saying like in the demo or in the actual course?
Slides are previous just 5 minutes before, 2 minutes or 3 minutes before.
Yes, I had shown that. Do you want it as part of this demo or you want it as part of course?
Course, as part of course.
Yeah, as part of the course, we are going to cover completely all those vulnerabilities. I'll show you that vulnerabilities.
Okay.
Sorry for the disturbance, sorry. I
Yes.
have one doubt.
This one, sir.
Shanmugha, just a minute. Let me clear
Okay.
Manoj's question. So you see these vulnerabilities, right? If
Yes, sir.
to gain access to some server or a website, there can be different ways. Okay. So all the techniques you should be familiar. It not be like only one vulnerability. Part of the entire course, you are going to learn behavior of each vulnerability, and you are going to practice labs for hacking any target with the help of these vulnerabilities. So these are practical sessions in our entire course. Everything from whatever you guys are seeing, right? Be it on the web application level or web services or host or network level. We are going to cover this vulnerability in our entire course.
But you say that in a mobile network, I was some bank service also will provide.
Yeah, there are a lot of demand. Like you,
Okay.
any kind of company, definitely the company has a website. Am I correct? And some
Yes.
companies, if they are into banking or insurance or some food delivery or e-commerce, they have the mobile app as well. So
Okay.
there are security engineers for performing security testing. Only thing is, most of the people think that cyber security and ethical hacking is very tough. You need to learn so many things, so many scriptings, so many tools. I don't want to get into that. In fact, it is very easy. We have structured our course to make it easier for you guys. So I can say like this is the best opportunity and best platform.
Sir, this is online course or offline course, sir?
This is the online course
Offline
because
course is not possible.
offline, as of now, we are not doing because of the COVID, but we
Okay.
give you complete, like you don't feel that you are offline. The reason is it is a live training, and any kind of issues, we are going to take remote control of your computer and show you in case of anything with the lab setup. And you can reach out to us with our support staff. They will explain you even 2 times. So it will be similar to the way how I have taken this course. You will learn some things. We put the quiz sessions. You are going to evaluate yourself whether you have understood or not. That's it. You'll be prepared for the job.
Okay, daily 2 hours of class.
1.5 hour class. Then later you guys can practice. If you get doubt, you can call us.
Okay.
Hari,
Yes, Shanmukha, go ahead.
I have 3 doubts. Actually,
Yes.
first doubt, you can explain the real-time project and real-time scenarios.
Yes. What are the tools we are going to use? All are real-time tools. And even the
Okay.
scenarios, it is completely real-time. The projects are also real-time. If you are able
Okay.
to practice in our course, you'll be
Okay.
able to do in the job.
Okay. And one more doubt in outside the opportunities as well, maybe after course.
Lot of opportunities are there. You can see like most of our engineers whoever has taken training, the moment
Okay.
they want to change the job, once they put the profile, you get at least 5 to 6 interviews scheduled in a week.
Okay. Okay.
Only thing is you have to be prepared very well so that you don't want to waste the opportunities.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe like you may fail in the first 5 interviews or 6 interviews, seventh interview or eighth, you will be able to crack.
And one more doubt, and this is like a programming, coding and without coding,
Okay, so that's what
like a Java.
SAST is no SAST. Here you need to understand how the program
Yes.
is. Other job roles, you don't need any programming. Even in SAST also, it is not
Okay.
like you are going to develop some code. There will be already some code and
Okay. Existing code.
any
Yes.
kind of code, CS or Java or PHP, whatever. There will be
Okay.
tools. We
Okay.
call it like source code scanners. So developers will give the code for you with the help of
Okay.
the tool. You just scan it. It will list the defects. You need to analyze the defect. It is not like you are going to write the code. This is also very simple. So I can
Okay.
say like excluding SAST, 90% of the jobs will be there. Yes,
Okay. Okay.
expectation of SAST is only 10%. Without programming also, you can try for 90% of the jobs.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Sir, coding knowledge is
Thank
required or not, sir?
It is not required. That's what I'm saying. Like Without coding, you can get into the network security engineer, no coding, API security engineer, no coding. So there are a lot of job opportunities. If you have the basic knowledge of coding, it will be
Mm,
advantage for you. That's it. It is not mandatory.
okay.
Coding in the sense said, there is no need for you to write a program. You just need to identify. For example, I'll write a simple piece of code. You just need to identify the defect in that. Okay, let me write you some simple program. Add of, there is a function called add int a comma int b. So return value is a plus b. No, int a comma, not add. Division. I'm just writing one simple example. Division. Return a bar b. This is the code which is there. Anyone can understand. Is it difficult to understand this line of code? Very easy, right? So when you scan this kind of code without tools, the tool will give a report like possibility of crash or remote code execution when you provide b is equal to 0. Can anyone tell me what is the problem here when you provide b is equal to 0? Who wants to answer this? It is a simple math, right? No one? A divided by b. When b is equal to 0, what is the output? You have learned in your fifth, third, infinite, something divided by 0. So in a large program, if by chance if this kind of conditions occurs, then that is a defect. Your tool will say that is a defect. You should know like why we are calling that as a defect. That's it. So source code programming, maybe like 1 out of 10 job roles you find it SAST. Other job roles doesn't require any program. Yeah. Any more questions? Anyone? Do you guys want to see the job roles now? Let me check some web security job roles.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys can keep on asking
Ye-
questions.
Yes, I have a very old laptop model. Do you think I can continue throughout the course?
Okay, 1 second. Yugandhar, can you come again?
Yes, I have almost like a very old laptop model. Do you think I can continue throughout the course,
Okay.
or do I need to change it?
What is the RAM that is there for your laptop, Yugandhar?
2.
2 GB.
Yeah.
So minimum is 4 GB.
Okay.
And, recommended is 8 GB. It will be good if you can upgrade. The reason is,
All right.
if you want to practice hacking, right? You need
Mhm.
hacking system. Am I correct?
Yes.
One hacking system is required. Hacker. For that we use Kali Linux. Requires at
Okay.
least 2 GB RAM. And you require one target. Target can be a website, or it
Yes.
can be a mobile, or it can be a system. You need to configure this one also in your computer. It requires another 1 GB RAM. So 3 GB will go for the virtual systems.
Okay. Okay.
So if you have 4 GB, no, you have to adjust like this. 1.5 GB for Kali Linux and another 1 GB for any of this target. So minimum is 4 GB. Recommended is 8 GB. Depending on that, you guys can plan. So one more thing, in the initial 2 weeks, we will not be having any labs. We'll go through all the basics. From third week onwards, laptop is mandatory for the course.
Sir, till now,
Thank
how many
you.
batches completed, sir?
Even if say how many batches?
Yes, sir. Till now, how many batches completed?
So far, we have done only 6 batches. My first batch, in fact, earlier I used to be, I work as an architect. Along with that, even I involved in the corporate training to some universities like that. But commercial training we have started around 1.5 year back. Within this 1.5 year, we have a very good record. Like we have trained around 150 people, 200 people, and there is a like whoever are trying for jobs, all those members has got jobs. You can see like there are some reviews as well in the Google. Let me check with the newest. Just you guys can go through it. We have very good feedback. Out of 51 reviews, you can see like 5 out of 5, and you can go through like what is that they are saying, training or course or basics. And one thing I can say confidently is we give all the things from basics, including the concepts which you have missed in your graduation. We provide the labs and everything is covered. That's how we can see like though there are very few people, and you can see that most of the reviews uh, that they would have mentioned like very good in the basics, practical labs, and we provide recorded videos. No training institute provide recorded videos because they think like that is like you can forward those videos to any of your friends. They don't want to get into the training, right? Of course, it is okay for us even if some people are taking the recorded videos. We encourage people to enhance their knowledge and get settled. Yeah. Any questions?
Hi, Vikas here.
Yes, because
I want to know your full name and your LinkedIn account, the profile you are having, and does this course include the big bounty as well? And
yes.
fourth thing is like, what are the placement opportunities for the freshers? Like, what kind of package we are expecting? These are the four questions from my side because I just logged in, so I
Okay,
missed this.
because okay, few questions I'll answer right now. Opportunities for freshers, we have basically like in my training, people with just college passed outs, and even like some people working as managers under manual testing or automation testing or DevOps. They also get into training. Every batch I see like at least 3 or 4 members with 10 plus years of experience. They want to cover this kind of knowledge and get into some better positions. So to answer your questions, freshers also has a lot of demand. There are few freshers who are got trained and also already placed from our institute.
No, I meant to say the freshers in the ethical hacking or security industry.
Yes,
The
yes,
freshers I'm talking about, but the
yes,
person
yes.
who already have the industry, IT industry experience, but that too for the, IT support or administrator kind of support or SAP support or something like that support, 6 to 7 years of experience. So
Yes.
for that, who's already working in the IT industry as an administrator or as a consultant, but want to switch the, the career, whether he can, initiate or start the career as a hacking with a very good package again, or he again
Yes.
has to start it from the scratch.
So the way how people work is assume like some person has worked in the IT support for 5 years. Okay.
Yes.
He has very good knowledge on IT administration, like what kind of server, what kind of rules that servers has been set, what kind of tools are used, how does this Active Directory control works, different protocols. Only thing is he will try to understand these hacking concepts in our course. After that, with the help of this mixed knowledge, either he can shift internally within their company, or he mentions the skills whatever he has earned in our course, and he tries for the job with 5 plus experience, and they are even getting jobs with that in the same sense.
Okay. So can you share the number of the people who has joined the course, got placed with a good package?
Okay, because you have shared your mobile number to us, right? Okay, you just joined. Please share your mobile number.
In the WhatsApp group as well.
Yeah, that's what you can WhatsApp to us. Then we'll provide you more details about like the people who got placed as a fresher or even with the experience. Those details we can give you.
For a
Sir,
freshers, or let's say after switching the career of 5 years with the admin to the security, how much tentative package we can expect? Like 10 plus, can we expect that one?
so
Anyway, it depends upon the how we are going to crack the interview. I
yes,
understand, but
yes.
like
See, one
usually, like
thing
how.
I can tell you the range. I cannot say the exact number. For freshers, it will start from 3 lakhs, and for
Mhm.
experienced, it can be like for 3 years, you can consider like 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. And for 5 years, you can consider 7 lakhs to 10, 12, 15. It will be like into 2 or into 3. That is the range of package. One more thing, compared to other domains with the same experience, like a developer or a tester, performance engineer, or a support engineer, compared to the job roles of similar experience, cybersecurity engineers are going to earn more than them.
Okay, because the same situation is happening in my company. There was a
Okay.
guy with a 3 years of experience. He's earning more than 20 lakhs. So obviously with his skills, the way he's cracking the interview and all the experience that he learned, obviously in the 3 years. So that's what.
Yes,
And what kind
because
of certification we can approach once we done this course? What is the best certification we can go with this hacking after completing this course?
so initial level of certifications is not required. We only provide certificate from our course, certified security engineer, like that. But so we are providing for 12,000. Actual fees is 15,000, but we provide it for 12,000. It includes your training and recorded videos and software lab toolkit and your resume preparation, and along with your mock interviews and 400 plus interview questions. Everything is included in 12K. If you want to go for certifications like CEH, no, they charge you around 30,000 for a voucher, which means
Correct, correct.
only that certificate will cost you 30,000. So we don't want to put more burden on the trainees.
Okay.
We don't recommend or even opt for that. In case if you really looking for the certification, you get into the industry, you work for 1 year, then you can try for OSCP, Offensive Security Certification Program. Okay, certified.
Okay.
Okay,
But which one is good, AC Council or Rochelle?
OSCP is good.
Okay.
You can try for OSCP. That is completely about hacking. In case if you want to become like a penetration tester, you can try for OSCP. Or if you want to become like a lead or architect or manager, then you can try for CISSP. These two I would suggest, depending on
CISSP or CISM you're saying, right?
either of that.
Okay. You said like the practical will be involved or will get the lab access. So how long that will be? Till the time the course is there, or like it can be extended till?
You will get for for your I mean to say, like, we provide some softwares. You can keep it. It will create virtual environment. It will be there forever.
Okay, okay. So there is no such a server at your end where we can do a practice. We can only do after downloading the software in our server. We can create the system or environment in our server, and from there we can practice. That's what you're saying.
It is basically mixed. Some requires
Okay.
you are in-house or within the
Okay.
top hosted ones. Few things we will show you some targets, and those things will be covered as part of the course.
Okay. What about the big bounty? Like some part will be covered here also.
See, in the bug bounty, right?
Huh.
You have to learn about how does this cross-site script works, how does SQL injection works, and how to
Okay.
test it, what kind of payloads to use, what tools to use, how does
Okay,
this. There are other vulnerabilities like local file inclusion, remote file inclusion, CSRF, SSRF. So many vulnerabilities are there.
Okay.
You take one application, try all these vulnerabilities. If you can find the vulnerability, you report to them. They will reward you. In case you reported the one issue before you, some other person has already reported, yours will be duplicate. You will not be paid. So that's
Okay. No, that kind of understandable.
we train you all these bug bounty things also as part of the course.
And the first two questions that I've asked, like your name and any LinkedIn profile, if you have. If you want, share. I can ping you personally.
Ping personally, I'll share you the details.
Okay, fine, no problem. And when this batch is going to start?
Because this coming batch will be starting from July 8th. It will be morning batch, morning 7:30 to 8. Sorry, morning 7:30 to 9. 1.5 hour from Monday to Friday.
And how long that will run? Like almost 1 month or 2 months?
So within 1.5 month, all the topics related to this cyber security and bug bounty will be covered. Another 2 weeks, we are going to train you some additional concepts. For example, Java, 3 to 4 days we train you on Java related tools, DevSecOps, mobile security. These are like only few job roles will be there on mobile, DevSecOps. We just train you those to so that you guys can take advantage of the jobs compared to the other people who are trying for the job. So completely
Okay.
2 months.
Fine, fine. You said like there will be also like mock interviews and placement opportunities, right?
Yes, because
Okay, fine. So
Sir,
all
recording
these
videos for
questions
1 year
that
or for 1 year, sir, otherwise 2 years.
what is that recording?
Recording videos, sir.
Recording videos, it is not like through live browsing, online browsing. We provide the download videos. You can download and keep it forever. There is no restriction.
Okay. So suppose I have small doubts. I'm fresher. Suppose
Okay.
I'm practicing, sir. On that time I have stuck with one issue. On that time,
Yes.
what will you suppose it will help or otherwise what will do?
So basically morning 7:30 to 9, I will be the trainer and I'll do some labs for half an hour. Another 10-15 minutes, you're going to practice the similar ones. Assume like you are practicing one more time by referring the videos in the morning 11 o'clock or afternoon 2 o'clock, something like that. You get stuck. So we
Yes.
create one WhatsApp group. You guys has to send a message like so and so issue I'm facing. So we have our 2 to 3 people staff. They will get in touch with you immediately and they will help you
Okay. At any time. I mean
at any time. So you can
morning,
expect from
morning 9 to 5.
morning 11 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock. Early
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Okay, 11 to 6, I can say that.
Okay.
If I am free, I also will involve, but mostly like I'll be occupied during those times. But we have a very good staff who can help you to get this work done. So this is the only institute I can say like this kind of support will be provided.
Okay. Sir, can you share the previous students' details, sir? I mean, who got placed in the companies?
You can check in the Google reviews. Some of them are already placed,
Okay.
and some people they are trying for the job. Some people know. See, I see like most of the times, 50% of the people they're already working. They just want to gain expertise in some different area, and let me see how many of people are got job. I remember few people numbers or names. If you want, I can give the context if you can ping me personally. Nagaraju, he is trying for a job. Okay. Graduation, BSc 2019 passed out. Jagadish is already a manager. Okay. And he has gone through this training because he want to become a technical manager. Dilip, fresher, and he is just previous best student, I guess. Lakshmi again, she is a fresher. Vasu, he is also a fresher. There are a lot of profiles I can say like 50% are working and another 25% they have got job after our training. So if you want to talk with the people who has got job, you ping me personally. I can give you their numbers. Okay.
Sir, can you share your numbers or contact number?
The same thing you see in the screen, no? 9108047645.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions from anyone?
Nothing.
demo.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Anil.
Sir, actually, how's the mobile API security like that you have said, no, sir, before?
Mobile security, yes.
API security. Actually, if you got job in means mobile or API security like that, otherwise complete entire we will get interview or only for one module they will take like that.
So your question is one thing like in the interview, what are they going to ask? Is it only web security or network security or mobile security? That is your first question. And the second
Yes, sir.
question is once you get job, in which area you will be working,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Yes,
from interview perspective, I can give you the weightage. It is not like okay, they will not be asking on other things. So 80% they will ask you on, not 80%, 70% will be on the web security. Okay. It includes both web and API. When I say web security, 70% of the questions will be on this, and then 20% on network security, 5% on mobile, and the 5% on endpoint management and DevSecOps. So if there is a requirement for web security, they don't touch any other things. If there is a requirement on API, they will test your API and web security skills. Network means again, like network includes even a web server, right? Website. So they'll test your web security, network security, API security. And if there is a requirement for mobile, they will test your 50% of non-mobile and another 50% on the mobile. That's how that interview process will be there. But once you get into the job, right, you'll be working on only one area. It is not like you'll be working on all the areas. Or sometimes for 6 months you work on web, and then 6 months you work on network. That's how it is going to be.
So demand wise, sir, means in which area
Demand-wise,
proportionally in which
web
area?
security engineer, lot of job opportunities.
Okay, okay.
Then comes up network, and then comes up mobile. Other ones are like there are opportunities. In the same way, there are not many profiles. In any area, you can get the job.
Sir,
And
web
you-
security.
Sir, and one more, sir, you have said Java developer and some programmer, some testing. So if you compare all those things, this field will get more jobs, or otherwise those fields are equally, it will be there like that. Can you say about those things, sir?
Okay. For example, in Java, if you are learning Java, right, you are going to learn at least for 3 months. Basics first, and then OOPS concepts, object-oriented programming, inheritance, encapsulation, regular expressions. All those things you are going to learn, and you need a good practice on any kind of project. So then only you can try for the job if you are trying in Java. Similarly, even with
Yes.
.NET, right?
Yes,
If you are
yes.
a fresher, okay, up to some extent, some basic questions they will ask you, and assume like you are trying to do a job change with 3+ years of experience. The questions will be very much difficult, and you cannot try for a .NET developer position or even PHP development or any other scripting. You can try only for Java, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
But whereas cybersecurity, it is not like a single job role. Though the training will be within 2 months, there are a lot of
Yes, sir.
areas where you can try for the job.
Okay,
If
sir.
you are like a all-rounder, you know, right? The advantage of an all-rounder. Same thing.
Yes, yes.
Assume like you have interest in programming, but still you want to get into ethical hacking. You can do even this SAST. Here also,
Okay.
there is no need to write a program. You just need to
Just understand. Understand.
tool will do the work for you. Tool will scan your source code, find defects. You just need to understand the flow. That's it.
Okay, sir. And job wise, sir, means if you have out of 100 jobs, if you go Java, Net Develop, Oracle, and web application, this security, for which 20%,
Okay.
30%.
I can say like if there are 100 companies, okay, cyber security will be there in the 100 companies. Okay. If you say,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
if you say,
obviously
because,
it is.
okay, if you consider Java, out of 100 companies, maybe 10 companies are based on the Java, and then
Okay.
20 companies are based on the .NET, and the 10 companies on PHP, and the 10 companies on mobile.
Okay.
Like that. So these are all technology specific, other development related job roles. Whereas cyber security, it is based on your IT infrastructure. You cannot have any software company without your IT infrastructure. As and then there is a internet connection and some computers will be there. That's it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any
Sir, I have a small doubt.
Feel free to ask any questions.
Sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
You will explain these modules like web application, network, mobile, and what are the remaining modules, sir? Mobile, web, and network.
Mobile, API, web, SAST. Then risk and compliance is like there is nothing new to learn. Only thing is It is a combination of all these 5, and there will be some complaints related, basically regulatory related things like GDPR, PCI DSS. Those things I'll give you a brief overview so that you can try even for R&C. Only thing is SOC will not be covered as part of this course because this will take an additional 6 weeks and few more tools. This is a part of a different training course. I'll not be covering the SOC practicals, but I'll give you the overview of what is meant by SOC, what do they do, and what are the tools related to it. Sometimes even they consider the people who trained in CH also they consider into SOC. Even endpoint management and DevSecOps. All these job roles you guys can get into. And training is also covers everything, whatever I said.
Sir, cloud domain is not including us, sir. Cloud.
So nowadays, most of the companies are migrating their infrastructure to cloud. Okay. So I give you the 1 or 2 sessions how this cloud security works. But even if you don't have the cloud security knowledge also, they will consider you. That is not a big deal.
Okay.
I'll tell you like what it mean by cloud, what are the different kinds of cloud concepts are there, what is the role of a security engineer there. All these things will be covered there.
Everything will cover. Most of
Yes.
the topics are these topics. What are present in screen? These are the most topics. And remaining
Subtopics are like you should
subtopics
know, need to know kind of things. Those things also will be discussed.
Okay, understand, sir.
I can say like our course is job oriented course. It is not for certification. So once you finish our course, you can work in any software company from day one. There is no need of any training from anyone once you get into the job. I had seen a lot of people where during my interview process or recruitment, even with 5+ years of experience or 6+, they'll not be able to tell some simple these areas. But still, most of the profiles will be like that. Yes. Any more questions from anyone? Hope everyone has shared your contact numbers. In case,
One last question, Hari.
yes, because
What about the threat hunting or something is there, right? Like, will that be included? And can you please elaborate more?
okay, threat hunting and threat analysis, that is part of SOC because so basically like assume like you have a software company. Okay, you are working as a SOC analyst, and SOC analyst also like tier 1, tier 2 will be there. First level is the moment any kind of malicious behavior is observed in the logs, it will report to the SOC tool, and you just see how it is going. Check the behavior of that vulnerability. In the second case, you are going to do the detailed threat analysis. Okay, what is this vulnerability and how it is happening? What kind of device it is going to happen, and whether we can reproduce or not? What is the risk? So that will be covered as part of threat hunting and threat analysis. It is
Okay, so you are saying so the hacking is different and SOC thing is different, right?
Yes, yes. Hacking is completely from the attacker perspective. It is more on the hacking some network, hacking some mobile, hacking some website.
Okay.
Threat hunting is basically on the defensive side. Okay, what could happen? What is the latest threat? Does it affect the IT assets or not? That kind of analysis we are going to perform.
Okay, so the combination of both would be added advantage, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like if you are having good experience, like 6+, 7+, good to have both. But I can say like start with cybersecurity, then get into the SOC. So that you will have the knowledge of both from the defensive side and also from the offensive side.
Okay. Right.
So ethical hacking is part of red team. We do complete hacking. There is a called blue team again. Blue team means from the defensive purpose. They try to defend by checking the logs, alerts, all those things.
So the core structure that we are having here, that is only for that red team operations, right?
Complete red team operation.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's clarified my question. Thanks.
Fine, because okay, any more questions from anyone? I know like already it is 1 hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, last question. Can we expect this demo like recording session to any drive so that we can download it?
It will be uploaded in YouTube because you can refer that. Okay. We'll upload this in the YouTube.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you.
That's it. Any more questions from anyone? Or do you guys want to see any kind of small vulnerability and SQL injection? Very simple SQL injection. How simple means you just need to know the payloads. Anyone know how to perform SQL injection attack? Let us take one sample website. We are discussing about jobs, right? You can see that there are a lot of jobs. Senior security engineer, lead information security engineer, senior network security engineer. You guys do one thing, whatever are the job roles I mentioned now, based on that, you do your research in the next one day, then come back to us. You come to know, understand what exactly we are going to cover and how critical it is. One simple job role, software engineer, security.
Sir, one small question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is a testing or a developer or anything else? Can you please, this is testing, sir, cyber security testing or anything else?
Say entire cyber security falls under testing and audits. Testing and
Testing and
audit.
audits.
Audit means they will give you the checklist, like it has to be like this. Your IT infrastructure has to be like this. You go and test again. Okay, that is one thing. When I said testing, they will give you a website. You have to test whether it has any or not, security defect, not functional defects. So assume,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Both are different. Audit and testing both are different. I mean, it will be in one job or separate.
It will be separate. In testing, you more concentrate on finding the defect.
As a recruitment wise also it will be different, sir, or otherwise it will be, they will take in both aspects. Like
hiring will be different. Most of the cases, security testing job role that has some more demand. Risk and complaints comes under audit. Okay, that has got little bit lower priority.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm giving you a website. Do you guys tell me how to bypass the login for this? Anyone? In case if you guys want to stay back for another 5 minutes, you can get engaged.
You can try admin user ID password. You can try admin password.
Okay.
Administrator or password.
Can I get the payloads in the chat window? Yes, because as mentioned, admin. Okay. Any other payloads? We call it like whatever is the input you are going to give. We call it payload. So you guys can message me the payload. Whoever are like done with the demo, feel free to leave the session, no issues. This is like an extended session you can consider. How to bypass the login. This is the job of security engineer. This is one of the scenario, SQL injection. There are a lot of SQL injection attacks are there. Just to give you some example what to do. You just need to remember one payload for SQL injection. That's it. Your job is done. You have learned SQL injection. One scenario I'm going to tell you. There are a lot many scenarios if you get into the class. Okay. In general, for example, if you guys have connected your internet through some router, there will be some default usernames and password. Does anyone remember? Assume like you are using Airtel router or BSNL router. What is the default username and password? Anyone?
Admin or admin password.
So most of the cases, admin password, admin1234, admin QWERTY. These kind of things may exist, right? So that is one way of checking for authentication bypass. That is the job of a security engineer. As you said, admin password I try. No, admin. Working. So basically, the defect here is the IT administrator of this company or the application owner, they didn't remove this default credentials. That is the defect. They have to remove that. Understand? Let me tell you one more vulnerability. Does anyone know this payload? 1 or 1 is equal to 1? This specific payload. Will there be any user with this username? Yes or no? Yes or no? What do you guys think? So even the login works for this. 1 or 1 is equal to 1. The maybe like you should have heard Boolean expressions. True or condition false. What will be the output? Anyone? Boolean OR operator with true as the left side operand and on the right side false. Boolean operator OR will be true if at least 1 is true. Okay, false OR condition with false, it will be false. True OR condition with false, again it is true. False OR condition with true, again it will be true. Considering that I'm making the SQL statement always true by sending this payload. See whether it works or not. Still we are able to gain the admin access. We are bypassing the login. This is one of the mechanism. There are lot many mechanisms under SQL injection. This is one type of attack. So like this, you try to learn payloads for each and every attack. Whatever you see in the screen, there are payloads for each and every category. You are done with one of the category SQL injection. Partially, not completely. Like that, you remember the payloads, your job is done as a security engineer. Along with this, you are going to learn tools. Okay, another 2 minutes in case if you have any questions. Are we good? No more questions? Okay, 12:48 now. Another 2 minutes I'll be here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Or if you guys want to connect with me offline, you can reach out to me in this number 91080474645. Okay, thank you so much, guys. It is very nice session. Just a demo has dragged for 2 hours. So, and I see like very good participation from all of you. Even the quiz, you guys have performed very well. Thank you so much. So try to see you all of you in the course in case if you guys are interested. Course fee will be 12K after the discounted. It is the discounted price till that is July 8th before we start the session. Afterwards, it will be like as usual 15K is the fees.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Nice
Thanks,
demo.
guys. Thank you so much.
Nice demo, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mahesh and everyone.
Thank you.